Hello and welcome back to another video. I hope that you're all very well. Today I'd like to talk about the marking of the show me, tell me questions. It's an area of great confusion. There are learner drivers out there who believe that if they get one of these questions wrong, they could end up failing the whole driving test. And yet there are others out there who believe that they cannot fail on these vehicle safety questions. Unfortunately, the truth of the matter is many learner drivers do fail due to the vehicle safety questions. So in this video, I'm going to explain to you what causes these learner drivers to fail and how you can guarantee success on this section of the driving test. When you attend a driving test, right at the beginning, before you actually start driving, the examiner will ask you a tell me question. If you get this question wrong, the examiner will not fail you, or shall I say, the examiner cannot fail you. It will only be marked as a minor fault, as a driver error. You are allowed to make 15 of these minor faults in the driving test and still pass. The second question, the second vehicle safety question, which is the show me question, will be asked during the drive itself. And this is unfortunately where a lot of learner drivers fail the driving test. Now, before I explain why they fail, let me tell you how the examiner will start off the question. No matter whatever safety question the examiner is going to ask you, it will always start off with the phrase, when it is safe to do so. So the examiner may say, whilst you're driving, when it is safe to do so, can you show me how you'd clean the front windscreen using the wipers and the washers? Now, what a lot of learner drivers do, they're driving along, and as soon as they hear the examiner ask this question, they start looking around for the wipers. If there is a hazard ahead, this can be an issue. Now, just imagine that you're taking your eyes off the road to look at the wipers. For that 1 second even, it means that you are not looking at the road ahead. And if you're in a bend, there is a high possibility that your vehicle can drift out of lane. And if it does drift out of lane, this could be marked as a serious mistake, which could result in the test being failed. Now take the same scenario again. The vehicle drifts out of lane, but this time there's an oncoming vehicle. The examiner will have to grab the wheel to prevent a possible collision. This would be marked as a dangerous driving fault, and again the test would result in a failure. However, whether it's marked as a serious fault or a dangerous fault, it will not be marked under the heading vehicle safety questions or the show me tell me questions as it's otherwise known. It will be marked under the heading steering, because the steering has drifted, the steering has made the car go out of lane. So even though the fault is the steering, the cause of the fault is the vehicle safety questions. So the first most important thing to understand here is, when the driving examiner says to you, when it is safe to do so, show me, make sure that it is safe. Deal with any hazards first, then and only then demonstrate what the examiner is requesting you to do so. Let us take a different scenario. Let's assume that you did not know how to operate the wipers and the washers. So you simply turned around to the examiner and you just said, "I'm sorry, I don't know." Would that result in the test being failed? Surprisingly, no. If you do not know the answer, again, it will only be marked as a minor fault. Now, the strange thing is, if you've already got a minor fault for the tell me question, the examiner cannot give you another minor for the show me question. You will only get one minor fault. Now, if you said to the examiner, "I'm sorry, I don't know how to operate the wipers and the washers," the examiner can request you to pull up on the left somewhere safely. Once you've pulled up on the left, the examiner then may show you how to operate the wipers and the washers. Then the examiner will ask you to drive off again, and whilst you're driving, the examiner will ask you the same question again. This time, you won't be able to tell the examiner you don't know, because the examiner has just showed it to you. So that's that. Does that mean that you can just turn up for the driving test without studying the vehicle safety questions, without studying the show me, tell me questions? Because after all, it's only a minor fault, isn't it? Well, it's not that simple. Because let's take a different scenario and let's assume that you've got the tell me question correct and the show me question correct as well. But whilst you're driving, your car started to mist up due to a bit of rain coming on, or it's just starting to mist up because you're breathing too fast, let's say. The car's misting up and you can't see. Visibility is reduced. The examiner may say to you, "Can you on the demister, please?" But the examiner may not. If the car gets demisted, you, as a driver, should know to demist the vehicle. But the examiner may help you out and say, "Can you demist the front window, please?" And if you did not know how to demist the front window, that would result in the test being failed, because that is affecting your driving. It's making your driving dangerous because you cannot see. So for that reason, it's important that you do know all the vehicle safety questions for the vehicle that you are driving. Well, I hope that this video has been useful, beneficial. If it has, you know what to do. Please give it a thumbs up, share the video. If you're a subscriber, thank you. If you're not a subscriber, then please do subscribe. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.